Hello and welcome to what I hope will be a new series. I've wanted for a while to cover more free games on this channel, and so we're going to be starting today with a game that caught my eye on Alpha Beta Gamer, and I wanted to check out. Has some appeal to something kind of personal to me. The game is called Forever Transit Authority, and it was made for the Slow Game Jam, which I like that idea already, that it's a jam in which they were tasked to create a slow game. So we can take a look at the settings. You can pick the seed or have it be random. You can set the number of rows and the city size. And it's going to procedurally generate a city for us. Going to take a little while to do that. Hopefully not too long. It didn't seem like it took that long, yes, to begin with. There we go. So now we can see this city with kind of lovely coloring. And we can stand up or we can sit down, and we can look out the window. Now this is, it's a very simple game. It's just, all we can do is look out the window, look around the bus. We're going around a corner. Oh boy. We can look around. It looks like we're sitting kind of in the middle of the bus. And we can request a stop to get off. And so then when the bus gets to the next stop, it will let us off. And we can transfer to another line. And that's pretty much all we can do. And this game, really, this is a huge part of my life. Let's see, let us head north. Let's see, we can go north to Oakland and Pullman, or north to Chevy Chase and Apple. So we can get onto that line, or we can head south there. And I think I want to head north on this line and see if we can hook up with maybe one of these other lines. So we also have, there's an east-west. There's a few different east-west lines running through here. Let's see, can we tab through them at all? It looks like not. We can scroll, but very slowly. So let's see, that's all of them. So there's quite a lot of choices here. I think I want to go north. And we'll see a pretty sizable chunk of the city this way. And it looks like we're seeing a different time. It's lit so differently now. And my guess would be, my hope is that this is really all one town that we can see from different angles. But I don't know quite how good the procedural generation is. But, I take the bus every day for a couple of hours. I have been taking the bus everywhere since I was a kid, and so this game captures a really big part of my daily life and takes it and makes it aesthetic. And that's something that I always really appreciate in art, in games, especially when they can take something really mundane and give it a new view. It's also something I really like in music. It's the reason I listen to a lot of noise music, is because it takes kind of mundane sounds and turns them into, something that you listen to as music. Kind of gives things that structure. And so, anything that can take something ordinary and just put it into a context where you experience it as something, other than ordinary, as something, as an aesthetic to appreciate. That's something that I really, really like in games. And so, we're riding around this city, we're seeing the different streets, we're seeing the different buildings. It looks very industrial, a lot of brutalist architecture. I don't know if every city is this brutalist. I haven't really played around with this enough to see, how much variety is there to the architecture. We're seeing a lot of the same building shapes. This is a game jam game, so I don't know, how much variety we're going to see. But cities don't... I mean, cities do have a certain amount of variation, but when you're in the downtown core of a city, you do often see a lot of this kind of building after building after building. And there is, we've got a park here, we've got some palm trees, we've got some kind of interesting looking trees, some odd shapes, some signboards. And it looks like we actually got forced to transfer. I didn't really see what happened there. Maybe we went under a bridge. The screen did something odd that I wasn't quite sure. So here we have like a smokestack thing that's just kind of standing out in the middle, which is a little bit... strikes me as a little bit odd. We've got what looks like a clock tower or a church way off in the background there. So it looks like if we just stay on the bus, we can just ride around, and when we get to the end of a line, it will force us to transfer. Now it looks like we're coming back to Chevy Chase. I don't know if this is the same Chevy Chase where we got off the last time, but we can try it out. We can see where this has taken us. Those stairs are pretty cool. So it looks like, yes, we're right back at the same place, but we're heading south now. And I actually want to go west. And I want to see where we can get to. We can get off at Barry. I think we want the one 2 stops after Barry. So we're just going to try and pay attention this time. Try not to get turned right around. And just look out the window. It seems like, it feels like we're looking at the same thing that we were looking at before, but I'm noticing I don't see the construction site that we saw before. And I don't know if that's just because of where we are, where we're looking. It's a little bit odd that there's no people on the bus. Alright, so there's the... Okay, so that was a crane. That kind of pipe thing I saw was actually a crane. There's those stairs again. So yeah, we're really seeing the city from different angles. End of the line, request stop. Let's get off here. I was barely paying enough attention. And this is a pretty cool... So we saw this area from a long way off, and now we're seeing it up close. These kind of clock towers and, aqueduct-looking things. So I want to now head north on the... Let's see. Okay, so there's an eastbound line, there's a westbound line. There's a different eastbound line that goes pretty much the same place. So let's go north along this. And it looks like we're seeing actually some more variety in the architecture. There's some pretty cool stuff here. And I've always loved what I call slow culture, slow TV, slow food. Kind of the best known example is slow TV, where you have shows like, I think the first slow TV show was Bergensbanen Minute for Minute. And it was a TV show, 8 hours long, that just showed the trip from one place in Norway to another. In real time, just a camera at the front of the train. And it was, the name of the line was Bergensbanen, which is one of the main train lines in Norway. And then the first one I was introduced to was Sigur Rós did a 24-hour-long music video called Route 1. let's try getting out here, see where we are, see where we can go from here. And so this whole idea of kind of simplicity, so we can go north, we can go west. I think I want to go on this black line. Yeah, let's go north from here. And I lost the thread of what I was talking about, but I do really appreciate, you know, having been introduced to this very slow-paced approach to TV. Oh, we're getting a really close look at the construction site now. Cool. And there's these moments. I think I might want to actually get off here and go back the other way so that we can get the closer view of the construction site. But I also want to look out here because, you know, I want to see what there is over this way. And there's some cool stuff there too, but I think we're going to get off here. And I don't actually know which way is north. So, let's see. Okay, so it looks like we were traveling north, and so I was looking off this way, but we want to actually get on the southbound line here. And we're actually sitting on the wrong side of the bus now. So that's kind of one of the things that happens with riding on the buses. Sometimes you can't sit on the side of the bus that you want to sit on, and that's always frustrating. But you know, in the day-to-day, it doesn't matter that much. You just look out whatever window you're given. You know, here... Oh, did we just go through a wall? But this has been, you know, like so chill and fun, and I love it. And I'm probably going to show more slow games on this channel. Not necessarily from the Slow Game Jam, but there's more games like this that I want to share. And we'll be looking at other things too, but slow culture is a particular fascination of mine that I would like to talk about more. And it was, you know, it did inspire some stuff that I do on the channel. So, yeah, there's a lot of free games that I really love and that I want to share with you. And so hopefully I'll be able to keep this series up, and it will take the place of one of the more long-term series that we used to have on this channel. I don't know, I can't promise that it'll be one game per episode, because I do like doing deeper dives into game. A game like this, you know, we can really see what it has to offer in a fairly short amount of time. But for a longer, more involved game, and there are free games that are very involved, we might take more than one episode to look at it. I don't know yet. I'm not that great at first impressions, and so I'm probably going to do more in-depth looks. And I hope that you will join me for more of these. And until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.